Today we have Paulina Ansah, and she's a triage nurse, and we're going to be talking to her this morning. Good morning, Paulina.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
By God's grace,
All right.
sir.
Welcome to Breakfast Daily this morning. So tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, what you do.
Okay, my name is Paulina Ansah. I'm stationed at the Kaneshie Poly Clinic, specifically at the emergency ward, and I'm a triage nurse.
Okay.
When you come to any health facility, and then Kaneshie, to be specific, we have the triage unit with a triage nurse station there.
Okay.
And I might say,
who is a triage nurse?
A triage nurse is any nurse who has had a training in triage education, or who has even been trained on the job.
What is triage?
Triage means to sort out.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorting out injured patients.
Okay.
To see which of them need the most urgent care before their condition deteriorates.
So when patients come to you, let's say 10 of them,
Yeah.
you will now decide
Like
who
which
the
of
doctor
them
has
need
to see
to see
right
what
now, and who can afford to
Yes,
wait a bit
miss.
before they see the doctor.
Yes, miss.
All right.
Triage actually help us to know how to organize or prioritize our care. A patient can come first, someone can come second, but after going through the trial system, you can probably decide that the patient that came second must be seen first. The triage is kind of a system that helps us to identify those that are acutely ill so that they will receive timely medical attention before their condition deteriorates. And in Ghana, we have adopted a system developed by the South Africans. We call it the SAT. SAT simply means South Africa Triaging Scale.
Okay.
So in Ghana, we see our patients at the triage unit. The triage unit can be any demarcated area for privacy. And then the triage nurse sitting down with some equipment that we need to use to assess the level of the condition of the patient. So when you come to my facility, I'm based on Kaneshie Poly Clinic.
Okay.
When you come there, they will take you through this process. It takes barely 2 minutes or 3 minutes to triage a patient. And then after that, we group them into a 5-level scale. We have what we call the red code, the orange code, the yellow code, the green code, and blue code. In other words, you can classify it as the immediate, the emergent, the urgent, less urgent, and then non-urgent.
And what factors are you looking at to determine
We are looking at
which one is red?
when the
green, or
patient
orange?
arrives. We have this tool, a scientific tool we use called the TILS. TILS specifically stand for Triaging Early Warning Score.
Triaging
Early warning score.
Okay.
It's a sheet as it's on the screen.
Well, they'll pull it up
Okay.
shortly, don't worry.
Yeah.
On the screen, when you do this quick assessment within 2 minutes.
So they are looking at it right now on their screens.
Okay.
Okay.
When you do this assessment quickly, by 2 minutes it should be done.
Okay.
The score will now determine which of this group you put the patient.
Walk us through what we are looking at right now, because
okay.
you see,
I think it's
we
far
see
from me.
mobility on the left, and then there's RR, HR,
Yes,
SBP. What
I
are
have
those
it,
things?
I have it. That's the app one with the figures there. You could see
For
3,
adults,
2, 1, yes. That's those from 12 and above.
Okay.
12 years and above. That's a triage early warning score.
Okay.
You just take a patient, let's say an adult like you,
Yes.
coming in there, you follow these tips. You see if this patient is mobile. That
Okay.
is she walking? If she's walking, this person scores 0.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
You move to the next, which you have the respiratory rate, which basically means breathing. So you check that thing within a minute, you count. If, let's say, this patient's breathing is between 9 to 14, this patient scores 0 again.
Does that mean their breathing is okay? It's not anything?
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'll arrive at something. Then next we have the HR, which is the heart rate, which we call the pulse. you check for an adult, and let's say you had a value between 51 to 100. This patient again scores 0.
All right.
Are you saying? They still fall under that 0 thing. Then you move to SBP. You check the BP of this patient. But with this very form, you want to take the upper value, which is a numerator, which is a systolic BP. So let's say this patient's systolic BP ranging from 101 to 199. This patient scores 0 again. Are you getting it? Then you move to temperature. Let's say I check your temperature, and the temperature is 35. It's between 35 to 38.4. You score 0 again. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Then you come to AVPU. This AVPU is just an abbreviation for a word, where the A means alert. As you are sitting, you are alert. So I need not to move to the next.
Okay.
In the case you are not alert, then I'll have to come to the word, the next word called V. V means how you respond to voice. If I do that, you are not responding to voice, then I move to your response to pain.
Okay.
Where probably I might hit your sternum, which is the breastbone, or I might pinch you, or at times we use what we call the patella to hit the knee to see if you respond to pain. If we do that and probably you are still not responding, then we move to the next where the U. You classify this patient as unresponsive. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
As you are sitting, you are alert. So once you are alert here, I'm going to score you 0.
Okay.
Are you getting it? Then we move to trauma. Trauma here, you just have take a glance at the patient. Are there any bruises? Is there a fall? Is there a cut? That's what refers to trauma. Probably there's nothing on you as I'm seeing you. So that one you score what? 0 there. So after that, I'll come and then calculate all this thing I've checked. So this patient scores 0. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Because I'm picking all the things under 0.
You just add everything.
So I'll say your T score is 0. When the T score is 0, you now move that number to the adult discriminatory list, which we have the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue.
And which is
So
the
that's
list?
what we're
That's
seeing
the
there
one
below.
down,
Okay.
yeah.
So the app one help you to get a score
Okay.
by checking temperature, checking BP, checking pulse. Then based on your score, you now come and then match it to this red, yellow, orange thing to blue.
Yeah.
Imagine this patient scores, as we said, he has scored 0.
Yeah.
So this patient on this discriminator list falls under green.
Green.
Are you getting it? So I'll say this patient on the discriminator list is a green patient, code green. So with code green, we normally have rubber bands like a wristwatch.
A wristband, yeah.
We have red, green in this color.
Okay.
So depending on your score and where you fall, with this patient, I'm going to put on a green band on the hand.
Okay.
So the moment I move this patient to see a doctor, it's a green. So this patient, we have to probably see them in less than 240 minutes. It means this patient can wait
At least 2 hours to be seen.
almost 4 hours.
Okay.
Before he can
4
be
hours.
attended
Yes.
to. We are following this chart. This is a scientific tool we are using. Are you getting me? So this patient can now go and then join the queue to see a doctor to be attended to, because for it means there's no danger. And the tool is telling us that if she scored 0 to 2, she can wait for. It means you have time to attend to others that after triaging or after using the tools might fall within red or yellow. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So let's say you came before my
Dziffa.
lady came. And then I realized, even though you came first, after taking you to, you fall within green. I'll put the distance, they reassure you, and I'll explain what we do to you. So that whilst waiting, you might not feel neglected. And then I'll quickly attend to her. Because you are coming to be tried. We don't know what you are really coming with. And as I'm saying, we want to sort out to know who are acutely ill, and then they'll receive timely intervention. So I can try you, and probably your score, using the same thing procedure, your score can be 5. 5, you automatically fall into the orange group. You are somebody that must be seen in less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
So are you appreciating what we do?
Yeah.
But
So
can you walk us through what the numbers mean? So if you the numbers under 0, does it
numbers
mean that,
under 0.
yes,
This
so
one
the
said
9
this is
to
a tool that has
14, 51 to 11, so that if someone is watching and they take their family member to the hospital and you are breaking it down to them, they understand it.
Okay. This is actually something we do in less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
In triaging, we are very tactful, and the time is key. So this actually depends on the nurse.
Okay.
But he has to explain to you, I have to take you through this and see whether you can be seen in this time.
But does that mean if I'm under 0, can you presume that I'm okay?
You are okay,
I'm not
because
showing any
this is a tool,
immediate
an
signs
international tool adopted by Ghana in, I think, year 2009.
Okay.
This thing has gone under scientific research.
Okay.
And it's actually from South Africa. We adopted it. We adopted it because we realized patients some were losing their life because of first come, first serve.
Okay, without any scientific reasons. Okay.
So if this thing has come, then let's abase it. So now in everywhere, we want to charge every patient so that in the likely event of you are not using it and then patient, you think he's okay. In a queue before you are aware, something else happened. Yeah. But if you charge any patient coming in with these numbers, they came up with it, so we follow it. Yours is to check and see the value from you and then compare it to it. I get it. And these are ranges. So it's the ranges that is whether you are scoring 1, 0, 2, and after that I added, that is what we call the T-score. And then I'll quickly move on this to see where you actually belong.
Okay, so let's look at the underneath mobility, we have RR, and then we have HR. So HR is, for example, the heart rate, right?
Yes, please.
The heart rate. So
yes,
if we are looking at the heart rate, the numbers under 0, just for clarification for our viewers, the numbers under 0, there it says 51 to 100.
Okay,
So basically what it's saying is that the heart rate, when you check the pulse, is between
anybody
51 and 100.
From 51 to 100.
Okay.
It's
will
okay.
score 0.
Okay.
Because that
heart rate is
it okay? What are you inferring with that?
Actually, one thing about this is after this score, the higher the score. Are you getting me? The higher the score, the greater the need for urgency. Are you getting me? So if we score and I'm getting lower, then it means this patient has ample time. We have ample time to do other things, attend to others before we attend to you. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the lower the number, I'll be happy. It means you're in a good state of health.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
The higher the danger, more danger.
So what does your average day look like when you walk into your emergency ward in the morning?
It's always hectic. It's always hectic.
How many patients do you see when you get there already waiting for you?
Already waiting for us in the morning.
Yes.
What we do is Triage Nurse reports at work very early.
Around what time?
Latest by 7:30 she's there.
Wow.
And the triage units is always the first place patient pass through once you enter the facility. And then the triage nurse is the first point of medical contact because we don't want anything to escape us.
Yeah.
So she screened each and so we've looked positioned at a place that patients enter the main entrance and we are seeing them already.
Okay.
So there is no way a patient bypass us. Are you getting me? The only person that can bypass us is probably a client walking in for an information or maybe a relative or somebody accompanying someone. But every patient passes through the system. And then when you triage and they fall within red or yellow or orange, these patients are sent straight to the resuscitation area or the emergency room. There, 2 nurses are assigned. One take immediate action, whilst the other call the doctor to attend. There are critical conditions like a patient coming, and then from the triage nurse, we realize maybe the person is having what we call low blood sugar. That's any value below 3. This nurse automatically start treatment before even the doctor arrives.
Oh, I see.
A patient, you check what we call the SpO2. That's the oxygen saturation in the blood. If it drops, the moment the triage nurse bring this patient to the emergency room, the nurse there immediately attack the oxygen, fix it, and the patient we've taken before the doctor even arrives.
Wow.
Then other things follow.
What are some of the experiences you've had with people coming in feeling that I got here first? Why are you letting someone else go ahead and see the doctor?
This has been the norm in time past. Until this thing, authorities felt we should prioritize our care. So then when they come, you welcome them not just to feel at home. And then you explain to them the reason why you might spend maybe 2 minutes
to do the triage.
To do that. When most of them will accept it. When you do that and you explain, imagine somebody falling in the green code. You explain that according to this chart, there's no serious, or how do we say, something alarming.
Yeah.
So probably you might expect to be called within maybe the next 1 hour, because there are others you realize fall in the red, which is danger. Once you explain to this patient, that could be you the next time, they accept it and wait. But I always say communication is key. So what we do now is, those who are quite old in the system were not used to this, and they think it's first come, first serve. So every morning, any nurse in the emergency room can do this at a glance. Irrespective of your rank, you just go to where the patients are waiting, even at the record unit, and then we greet them, and then we explain our routine to them. So when you explain and they understand, work move on.
Okay.
But imagine not explaining, they just get annoyed. Yeah. So most of them are conversant with this system. Yeah.
Now, in this generation of coronavirus, and you guys being the first point of contact for patients, how have you had to shift what you usually do to ensure that you are well protected as well?
As a health worker?
Yes, especially as a triage nurse, because some of the patients may not show any symptoms.
Okay, well, every nurse has been taken through what we call the IPC, Infection Prevention Control. It's an in-service training that is being organized every now and then to keep us on our toes. So with coronavirus being a new thing in the system, we've been taken through in-service again. We've been had some form of training again, so they'll be abreast with what is that. And I must say that the triage nurse, you come and then she's well equipped in her PPEs, personal protective equipment. And then we are doing what we can in our capacity.
Do you have enough PPEs?
I will not say it's bad.
Okay.
I will not say it's bad, and I will not say it's the best. But we are managing.
Thank you so much for the work that you do. It's not easy meeting people, and I'm sure a lot of your patients are usually not cooperating because they're like, I came here early.
In any human
this person came at 10 o'clock, you're looking at them, I came at 6.
That's why I said earlier, we explain these routines to them.
So they understand.
Every morning. And at times, even during the afternoon shift, when the place is a bit calm, one is get up, and then we explain this to those coming for services in the afternoon. So once you explain, communication is good.
Yeah,
there's order.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we've been speaking with Paulina Ansah, who is a registered general nurse and a triage nurse. She works at the Kaneshie Poly Clinic. This is...
Go ahead.
All right, so this is Breakfast Daily.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the show. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.